Well, good morning. We're on our way to go get Birdie because it's water aerobics day. It's Monday. If you watched my video yesterday, you saw I had a really big gain. I think it was a 3.4 gain or 3.6. It was a lot. But I always tend to weigh more on Sundays and Mondays. And then I get back on track and lose it. Not that I went really poorly on the weekend, but I didn't do as well as I did last weekend. We'll just put it that way. I did better than I have in the past, not as good as I did last week. Today is Monday, October 8th. No birthdays. No birthdays at all. But I wanted to give a big shout out to Smart Points Diva. I think that's what her name is. But you know what? I want to make sure because I don't want to give somebody... I want to give people credit, but I want to give them their right name. So let me check just to make sure. I'm going to pull over and stop because Birdie can wait. Birdie can just wait that hot minute. Yes, I had it right. It was Smart Points Diva who lost. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? 122.8 pounds. Congratulations. That's impressive. That is just downright impressive. But anyway, she wanted to know how often you have to post. I know a lot of people don't like to weigh daily. Our challenges from Gina and Carrie go from Sunday to Sunday. So whatever day is your weekly weigh-in, if you want to do it that way, just tell me, say this is my weekly weigh-in, and then give me your weight, your loss. And then I won't announce you that night because I announced how much everybody did that day. I would announce you for the weekly winner, so your name would get mentioned because we want to give everybody the props that they deserve. But I don't want to include it in my daily totals because we're just strictly going from daily totals. And we did win yesterday. I haven't seen Carrie's video, but I was looking back at some of her videos, and I don't think she beat us. I know for a fact that Gina didn't, but Gina was the winner for the week. Gina did edge out and win. So congratulations, Gina. Wear your crown all week because I think it's the only week you're going to wear it this month. But, at least she got her time. She got her time on stage, the light shining on her for a little bit. Wait, it's really foggy. I can't even see the traffic light up here. It's really scary. Although I do have my lights on. My car doesn't automatically put the lights on like some people's do. But I'll tell you how foggy it is. I have just seen the light right now, and we're stopping because it's red. That's how foggy it is. Well, Birdie and I are going to water aerobics, and then when I get home, I just have plans to just stay on track. I took some chili out for my dinner, and I'm going to have that for my dinner, maybe with a sandwich, maybe a turkey sandwich, half a turkey sandwich. And my breakfast will probably be my usual breakfast. Other than that, no big deal, no big plans. I woke up really refreshed today. I didn't go to bed. That nap really did me in because I didn't go to bed till 2:30, and then I tossed and turned till almost 3, and then I got up at 9 so that I could take my shower and leave by 9:30 so I could meet Birdie because our water aerobics class starts at 10:15. I'm trying to think. I was telling you some stories about Jimmy the other day. We lived in an upper flat, and our landlord lived down below us. And she was the nicest lady. And I didn't realize till I think back now how loud we really were up there. I used to have parties that, not party, well, they were like card parties. All my friends would come over and we'd play cards like penny. I don't know if it's called Michigan Rummy. And you had like this thing, and it had this mat, and it had like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was like a poker mat. And then, like you'd put pennies on it as you got it. It was kind of, and then at the end, whoever won that hand of cards, I forget how it worked. I'm trying to think, I forget how it worked. But anyway, we'd gamble every week. So, we were loud with that. We were very rambunctious with that. And just the fact that Jimmy was a baby, he had a Hot Wheel that It was a Hot Wheel when he was little, and it was a big wheel when he was bigger. And when he was a big wheel, I only bought one big wheel, and I never bought another big wheel again, because the front wheel he would ride it so much that the front wheel would get a hole in it. And just on an off chance, the one time I wrote Mattel, and they said anytime that this wheel gets a hole in it, just send it back, and we'll give you a whole new bike. And so I kept sending it back, and they kept sending me a whole new bike. I mean, Mattel really stood behind their stuff. But anyway, Jimmy would ride this around, because we had a really big upper flat. It had a living room, which was a really good sized living room, a dining room, which was a really big dining room, a kitchen, a hall, two bedrooms, and a bath. And he would start at the front door and ride that bike into the kitchen, around the dining room table, come back to the front door, and he was loud. He was really loud. And he had a wagon that he would pull all through the house. And our landlord never complained. And every birthday for Jimmy's birthday and every Christmas, she would always give him a present. Always. It was never missed his birthday or anything. And her way of paying us back, I guess, in a way, was they were from Poland. And on Sunday mornings, and I don't know why it was on Sunday mornings, they would go to church. Well, I know why they went to church, because it was Sunday morning. But they would come home from church. They always went to the early Mass. They went to like the 7 o'clock Mass. And so they usually would get home like around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then they would turn on their polka music. And this music was loud. And I think it was the fact that they knew we were up anyhow, because we always went to church. But it was like our alarm clock. We didn't have to worry about it, because we didn't have to set an alarm clock, because she always had the polka music going. But she was such a nice lady. Such a nice lady. Mr. and Mrs. Tepper, they're passed by now, but they were the nicest people. And then at one point Mr. Tepper's mother moved in with them, and she spoke no English, none at all. And when you came into the house, we shared the same vestibule. But if you went left, you went into their house, but if you went up the stairs, obviously you went into my house. And they didn't have like they had a glass door, but they had some kind of a drape over it so that it was kind of had some privacy to it. And we realize now, but back then, it was back in the 70s, early 70s, they didn't know about Alzheimer's or anything like that. But she, the grandma, I always call her grandma, the grandma would peek out through the window and talk to us in Polish. And Jimmy would always go and put his hand up against the window and talk to her. And she would, just go on. And so then the one time she wanted us to open the door for her, because they always left the door unlocked. Yeah, because she had some little poppin' muffins, from the Pillsbury Doughboy. She had a little Pillsbury Doughboy that she had got for Jimmy, and she wanted to give it to Jimmy. And I was so afraid to open the door, because I knew that, she was different and she didn't speak the language, and I didn't want her to get out. And she didn't have enough sense to open the door. And luckily, Mrs. Tepper came and saw her, and so they opened up the door and they had Jimmy come in, and that was the only time we've ever been in her lower flat, and gave him the puffin, the poppin' fresh Doughboy. So probably about a week after that, I had walked up to the corner pharmacy. It was called Walmart not Walmart. Not Walgreens. Waltham. I had to think of the name of the street I lived in. Waltham Pharmacy. And we had walked up there, and we saw Mrs. Tepper's mother-in-law up there. And so we thought, Mrs. Tepper's got to be somewhere. So we were looking all around, and we couldn't find Mrs. Tepper. So I went to go talk to the grandma. I'm going to call her grandma. We went up to talk to the grandma. Jimmy and I went up to talk to the grandma. She patted Jimmy's head, and then I turned around because Jimmy had grabbed some candy off the shelf or something. I said, no, you can't have it. And then I turned, and she was gone. Grandma was gone. And I thought, where did Grandma go? And so I go outside, and that was a bus stop right there, and Grandma got on the bus. And back then, senior citizens rode for free, and so she didn't have to have any money. And so she got in the back window, and as the bus was pulling away, she's waving goodbye to me. Oh my gosh. So as fast as I could with Jimmy, we got home and found Mrs. Tepper, who was in the backyard hanging laundry. And I said, your mother-in-law just got on the bus up on the corner there. And she said, oh my gosh. So she got in the car, and they did find her, and then brought her home. And she never got out again. And I don't know what they started locking the door and that. I don't know why they didn't lock the door before that. But I don't know if I never saw her again, so I don't know if somebody else took her or if they finally put her in a nursing home or whatever, but it was just a memory that I had. It was a nice memory I had. Jimmy used to love it on that street too, because we were a fire route, and the fire trucks would come down our street, and we were just before the busy street, so they had to blow the horn. And so every time they would be right at the front of our house, Jimmy would be looking out the window waving, and they would blow the horn. And he always thought they were blowing it at him, which they weren't. But he always thought that, and I didn't want to crush his little dream. So, okay, we're almost at Birdie's. I have to let her know we're here. So I give her a call, let her know I'm almost here. I'll let you see Birdie when I get there. Okay, there's Birdie.
Hello, my friends.
She finally didn't wear her white jacket.
I didn't wear my white jacket.
You should have wore it. It's raining.
I know, but it's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to get up to 80.
I know, it's not going.
Or 85 or
It's
something
not going to.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
Maybe not.
Ooh, look how white I am now.
Big snaz.
Not a big snaz.
Yeah, big snaz. It's foggier than crap here.
I gave him an example.
Pea soup.
It's bad, but we're gonna make it. We have our seatbelt on.
Yeah, okay. Now we do.
Now we do it. That was a hint. It's like when you have bad breath and someone says, "Would you like a piece of gum?" and you say, "No, that's okay, thank you." And they go, "No, have a piece of gum." Okay, say goodbye.
Goodbye, my friends.
Okay, let's eat breakfast. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 60 ounces of water. My quote is, "When you know what you want and want it bad enough, you'll find a way to get it." 23 smart points, 0 for my egg, berries, banana, grapefruit tea, and water. 5 points for my toast with butter, and 3 points for my 3 slices of center cut bacon. 8 points. I have 15 points left for the rest of my day. Okay, it's time for dinner. What I do with my pita chips is I weigh them out, put them in little snack bags, so they're already measured out, so I don't have to worry about it. I had 15 points. It's 2 points for my 2 ounces of Hillshire Farms ham, 4 points for an ounce of provolone, 3 points for a slice of wheat bread, 4 points for 2 cups of Weight Watcher chili, 2 points for the 15 grams of the pita chips, and 2 points for a sugar-free pudding. I forgot 0 for my tomato and my tea, and I have water in the other room. So it's 17 points. I want 2 points over. I'm not going to worry about 2 points. Well, that was me from 7 years ago. I lost a little bit of weight. I know it's not a really good picture, and I don't know how to just put a picture. I have to film it, and it goes like that. So I apologize for that looking so poorly. But anyway, I forgot to sing to Mary Vitro on October 5th. I thought I sang, but I guess I didn't because she said she missed it, and that means I didn't do it, and I apologize. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, dear Mary Vitro. Happy belated birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. See, I got to get a song in today. I got to do this quick because I only had 2 minutes left because I blabbered so much earlier on. But for today, Monday, our total weight loss is 28.1. So real quick, Debbie Haney lost 0.9. Eileen Pileggi lost 1 pound. Mary Service 0.3. Ann Goodman 0.1. Donna Pizzoli 0.3. Suzanne Light Begins 1.5. I told you it would come off. You just had to wait. 1.6 for Deborah 55. Margaret C. lost 1.8. Carrie Letario lost 2.0. Dawn E. Farmer's Wife 04 lost 1.6. Bypass to a Leaner Lynn lost 0.4. Margaret McGuire lost 1.6. Allie Herr lost 0.2. Marlene Zinzer lost 1.2. Denise Andrews lost 2.3. Julie D. lost 0.7. Susan White lost 2.8. Jay Downey lost 2.4. Carrie Latiro lost 2 pounds. Denise Andrews lost 2.3. And Freedom in a Budget lost 1.1. So very good. Very, very good. I got to make this quick. I'm really sorry. Go over to, I'll leave the links down below to Carrie's channel and Gina's channel and see how they did today. I did have a small gain. As you can see, I think I gained 0.3, but I'm not worried about it. So I will talk to you guys in the morning. Give this video a like and subscribe.